Hello everyone. Can you hear me? I just changed the headphones, so I just want to make sure everything's running smoothly. Um, the audio is okay. Let me just turn the volume a little bit down. Mm, Hey, what's going on? How you doing, folks? Everything's okay? Thanks for joining, first of all. Where are you joining from? Uh, Hello, Shamari. Hello, Marut. Hello, Deaf Girl. Hey, Bernath. How you doing? Santorini. Hello, everyone. Monsieur Doc 13. Oh, from India, Toronto. Okay, that's cool. So, welcome everyone, and welcome to the stream. Today's stream. It's called data processing with Python. Okay, probably the name suggests something. Maybe not. Whoa. Okay. Let me see. The camera just. Okay, this is not the camera I want. Okay, technical difficulties. Sorry. Let me just unplug the camera. Unplug it again. Sorry for that. I don't know what happened. Um, Let me see. Okay. Okay. Here we go again. Sorry for that problem, technical issue. I'm doing great. I'm still working Amadeus API project. That's cool. That's cool. How it's going? Later on, if you wanna send me your repo to check it, feel free. From Atlanta. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's dip into it. Today we're going to talk about data processing, how it works, how important it is, and how you can, you know, start processing data. Maybe have an AI project. Maybe you have anything uh, related to college and you have a bunch of data. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to get the data, but most of the times it's more difficult to process that data, clean it, and then know what to do with it. So this is what all is about data processing. So let's say in short terms will be basically a collection and transformation of raw data into meaningful information. Let's say you have an autonomous car. Okay, let's say a Tesla, or I don't know, whatever you want. So you have a bunch of data from all different roads. Let's say the lightning of all the different roads, because some cars have like sensors on the lights, the front lights, and with those sensors, they measure the, the the light on the streets. And maybe if you have all this information, you have nothing to do with it, but maybe you can send that information to the city hall or the city administration and say, hey, in all these different streets, the lightning is below this range or whatever. Maybe you need to change the light bulb. I don't know, just some different, or maybe you have a bunch of information of different roads and state of the roads, maybe maintenance, and you can just send that to the city and say, hey, there you go, all these roads, you need to make some changes here. And yeah, basically that's what data processing is. And as I told you before, most of the times it's more difficult to process that data than getting the data. Because getting the data, it's quite easy nowadays. You have a bunch of sensors, you have a bunch of people using different applications, social media, whatever. So it's really easy to collect the data. Let's say, for example, Instagram. Okay, they have a bunch of data, like a bunch. When I say a bunch, is unless you know, or TikTok or whatever. So you know the person, how many times they scrolled, how many times they stayed on a picture, how many times they zoomed into a picture, how many messages, who you talking to, what kind of messages you send to X person or Y person. Um, it's it's really um, a bunch of data, but knowing how to process that data to say, oh, okay, this person's having this kind of interaction with this kind of friends, and with this kind of friends, you have this kind of interactions. So you have some, um, uh, yeah, you have some kind of data. You can, find a way to work that data and make decisions on the ads you show to that person, to the post you show to that person, and all that stuff. Um, Gazillion amount of data, bunch of data. Yeah, basically. Thanks, Pranav. So, basically, let's think about the data processing as a cycle, not like once time, like one time thing. Because data is evolving and changing, updating, and it's important to understand that data processing is not like a standalone task for that specific data set. Right? It's just an iterative cycle. So the cycle just repeats, and you need like to develop a system to just keep getting all this data, like the new data. Probably, let's say you have a data set, okay, with a million rows. The important thing is not to process that million rows, but to understand what those million rows does or whatever, and design a system. So if in the next time you get 3 million rows of data, you can use the same system to process the 3 million rows. Okay, sorry. Um, Give me a second to grab some water. Sorry, just a second. I'm sorry. Hello, hello. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I had well, sorry. So we were talking about data, about thinking about it as a cycle. So if you want to carry, for example, a new analysis, you can just, you know, um, use the same system or the same infrastructure, or the cleaning system, and to process all this data. So let me see if we have a question. Can I volunteer as Emulate member? Um, I don't know if you can volunteer, but for sure you can check career options on the website. So I'll just let me see if I can help out with that. Um, Let me see. Well, okay. Let me see. What do you mean, like volunteer? Like for the Global Hack Week, or? full-time job? Kind of don't understand exactly. What do you mean? But yeah, if you wanna apply for a position, you can go to the website, the MLH website. Go into let me check that. I don't want to say something. It's not okay. So you go to the mm, okay. So you go to the website, to the top menu, organizers, and then coaches, and then you have all the information. Becoming a coach, or I think there's another section where you can just on jobs and internships, jobs for hackers, and then you can find positions for partners of partners. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. If you have any other question, as Pranav suggests, you can ask into the Discord. So yeah, thank you. Okay, let me explain um, a couple more things and let's get into some data examples. So, why is data processing, let's say, important? Okay, we mentioned that data processing is really important in terms of getting transforming data, useless data at the beginning, and really messy data into meaningful information for further analysis. Because it's the so you have first you need, let's say you're a data analysis analyst. So before analyzing the data, you have to clean it. You have to get all the data, clean it. We'll see the kind of stages you can go through. But yeah, it's really important before analyzing the data. Just process the data. By process, I mean get like clean the data, find some patterns, see what kind of data it's not matching the other data. Because maybe if let's say you have a questionnaire or a form and you want to send it to 100,000 people, you cannot take all those responses as good, because probably there will be some people that just put some random stuff, some people that maybe are lying because maybe they're just bored and they just answer the form, uh, not lying intentionally, but just making up the data. So that's why it's really important to clean it and to know how to clean it. So some advantages you have, and why it's really important, is that you have more effective storage, let's say, and storing processed data in, let's say, relational database as MySQL makes it much easier to store, manipulate if you want to query over that data, and explore using SQL or queries, or you want to just get some matches and some stuff from the data. It's really more effective and quick, and to go through, let's say, 100 gigabytes of data than I don't know, 300. Okay, so you're getting like 3x more storage, so it will take probably 3x time and 3x everything, 3x cost, if because you have to pay the server or the database or whatever. So yeah, really important. We have here Namaste all uh, of you from India. Namaste, welcome. So yeah, another important thing here to consider is you have, it's quite easier to produce like reports on a data set, because once the data set, for example, is processed, you can quickly create like reports, maybe dashboards, other summaries, whatever. And as I said, that will be like more the data analyst thing part there. So so yeah, that's some really thing to keep track on. Um, and it improves your productivity, I would say. Um, it's much easier to navigate. The processed data saves us from having the sorry to heavily reprocess a data set every time they want to use it. So it's much easier and much quicker to have something clean to go through, and it will be less time, more productive, everything's happy, less space, less cost. So it's like all pros. So yeah, as we mentioned before, keep in mind it's not like one time task. Let's say it's like an ongoing circle. You always get things, new data, new data over that data already processed. So you need to match the old data with the new data and the upcoming data. So, and basically we're processing the data. Um, it helps to maintain order and minimize the number of errors or mistakes that get into your data, and then you have some random information like in your, like, okay, why this is here and why this is like this. So maybe something on the process is not good. So yeah, keep that in mind. And yeah, and probably will be more accurate. So if you keep removing outliers from the data, errors and unnecessary data points, it will basically increase the accuracy of your insights. Um, I would say I can think of a con here. So let's suppose you just process the data set and then you just get rid of the data set, and there's a bunch of data you didn't get from the data set. Maybe you need that data later for wherever you want, if you want to do something else. So maybe you can keep a backup for I don't know, a month or so of the data set, or the dirty data, let's say. But yeah, let me see. Uh, we have a question here. Hi, do you have any online resources that you recommend to learn about data processing? Mm, obviously, this session, okay, first of all. And then I recommend you Kaggle, this website. We'll talk about this website in a second, but it's not like a theoretical part, but you have a bunch of data sets, and you can just, if you know, I don't know, Python or maybe Golang or JavaScript, whatever, you can use it to process the data. Why we Okay, so this is the website. So the question is, why Python? Okay, so why all data analysts are on Python and all that stuff? Why it's not Rust? Because Rust is like 3x faster, and you can have like a billion rows of data processed in 0.35 seconds, whatever. So basically, I would say because of the libraries, you have a bunch of libraries. If you want to make some statistics, some math calculations, algebra, whatever, you probably have like, or even plots, like graphs, whatever. You have like a ton of libraries on Python. It's much easier, and a lot of data analysts, they're not programmers, okay? So they don't want to stay all day long writing code. So they just want to think about it like you need a script or a bash script, whatever, to do this, and this, and this, and get your data and get off. Okay, so they don't want to keep learning like C++ or Java, like .NET, things like that. They just want to have uh, as many small code, let's say, or something like that. They just want to get like 5 lines of code, process all the data from the file, and just get out. Okay, so um, what challenges are associated with this session? Like, do you mean what challenges are we working on this session, or exactly what do you mean? Um, okay, so let's go through like the life cycle of data processing. Um, we already seen the data processing again. I know I'm like a big head, like all the time, like repeating the same, but it's really important to think about it as an ongoing cycle and work on it like something that imagine you have a tube, like a pipe, sorry, not a tube. In Spanish it's tubo, but okay, a pipe where you're getting all like water all the time and you need to purify this water or do whatever with this water. You're not getting a bottle of water, just clean the water and that's it. You need to think about it as a process of, how can I get like all this water from this pipe all day long, 350, 65 uh, days a year, and you need to think about it as a process. Okay, let's install this here so the water can pass through here, and then do this and do that, and all that stuff. You don't have a bottle, you have a pipe. Okay, so there's some different let's say cycles. And first of all, we will mention them and then we will go through each one of them. Okay, if you have any question, please on the comments. Let me see. Okay, we have here Rust is quite powerful, but the purpose is different. I'm using Rough. The linter is built with Rust. Oh, okay. Actually, I use Rough, um, but with Python. Well, we use it on the company. Are we doing any hands-on in today's session? Yeah, yeah. Well, we will getting some data and try to, to learn how you can get the, I don't know, data in a file and go through all that data and try to clean it and format it and whatever. Um, okay, so we have here a question. I heard that a lot of the challenges for this data week hackathon are closely related to the sessions. I was wondering which challenges I can solve with what I learned here. Okay, good question. I didn't go through all the challenges, but after the stream, I can get back to you with a response or on the final Q&A. I will check it here on the same session. Okay, so thanks. I will note this question here. Thanks. So first of all, you have the data collection. Okay, as the name suggests, you can, a little bit think about what it is. And then you have data preparation, okay? And then you have data input. We'll get into that in a moment. And then you have the data processing. You have the data output and the data storage, okay? So I know it's a lot of parts, but we will get into each one of them and it will be much easier. So the data collection, okay? As you know, first of all, the first task in data processing is to collect the data, raw data. Like it's really what it sounds. Okay, so there's a saying, I think, in analytics. It says garbage in, garbage out. Okay, basically means that the quality of your data, it impacts directly the quality of your insights. You must really carefully map out which data you require, where you collect them from, and ensure that the source are reliable. Okay, so with all that being said, basically get good data. Because let's say you do you know ChatGPT? Probably you know ChatGPT. 100% of you probably know ChatGPT. Imagine like ChatGPT getting trained with data from. Okay, let's say you have Chat a bunch of training data for ChatGPT. So imagine ChatGPT can only write stories. Okay, and we trained the ChatGPT with I don't know, all the information from um, Saudi Arabia. Okay, just messages from people from Saudi, like history of Saudi, like movies from there, songs from Saudi, everything from Saudi, and you ask the to ChatGPT to write a story. What do you think it will be like? Okay, so it will be like something more Arabic or whatever. So it's really important to know what the purpose of, let's say, the model you're working on, or what kind of data you want. What do you want data to be like? So that planning, the planning, the from where you get this the information from, or whatever, it's like really important, because if you have like some kind of string sources where you get the data from, and you mix that with some other data you got from other sources, whatever, you probably have a bunch of different kind of data from different sources with different, I wouldn't say ideologies, but keeping like the ideologies and politics or whatever. Okay, just keep that out. It doesn't exist. But imagine like the kind of data you have, and okay, let's talk about messages. Like people in China doesn't message in the same way as people from the United States or India, for example, or Spain, or Europe, or, well, sorry, from Germany or whatever. Okay, so keep that in mind. What's the purpose of what do you want? Okay, and how do you want to use the data? Okay, okay, we have a question here, real quick. How do we decide the trustworthiness of data? If your day-to-day work involves data tasks, how do you make sure that data is valid data sources? Okay, so that's kind of difficult. Okay, there's no way. Well, otherwise, if you're Google or you are Facebook, well, Meta, whatever, obviously you have the data. You don't have to go to search the data. Even they have all this data. They don't know, probably they know, but it's quite difficult to process that data. So I suggest to you, let's say you want data like financial data. Okay, like stock prices, or let's say cryptocurrency data. Okay, so probably you won't go to FTX right now. Okay, because obviously they're they doesn't well they doesn't exist. They went bankrupt, so probably you won't have like the past 2 years of data. Okay, so probably you'll go to an exchange like Binance, uh, um, Coinbase, all these kind of, or even Google Finance, or maybe the website of Nasdaq, or the New York Stock Exchange, or the Frankfurt um, Exchange, whatever. So you won't go to a random website from a random folk saying, "Hey, I have all this market data in real time," or this news. So that's your criteria. Okay, so you kind of decide where you get the data from and how you use that data. Okay, so there's no, I don't know. You can use Kaggle. I shared the website before. This website here you can see on the screen. There's a bunch of data, but you need to check the dates. Okay, the dates, like if they're outdated or updated, if the source has a lot of data sources, if they update frequently the data. So you kind of need to see a little bit how to, you know, so yeah. So as you asked for sources of data, you have stock market and financial data. For example, you can get data from social media. Okay, let's say uh, so basically you have, let's say you have a news. Okay, you need some news. You can get the data from Bloomberg or the BBC, or I don't know, Al Jazeera, or there's a bunch of news websites. But you also can use social media, for example, Twitter or X. Sorry, you can use X to have some news. Probably there's a lot of trolls. You need to identify which posts are real news, which posts are just fake news. This is a really hard thing to get into, like the fake news thing and the true news, because depends on the, I don't know, on the website or how they control it. Okay, so probably you'll find more fake news on X than in the website of Bloomberg. Okay, so we go to the second part. Okay, so data preparation. So with data preparation, we can call it data cleaning. So basically involves citing a raw data set and introducing a structure. Okay, 'cause most of the times you get the data raw, the raw data, really unstructured with a bunch of fields, some meaningless fields. So you need to kind of find a structure to, put all this data. So this might include, for example, removing unwanted observations, duplicates. Okay, it's a really important reason. Duplicates, if you get the data from different sources, okay, probably you'll find some duplicates. Depends on the data. Okay, so if like it's stock exchange prices from different products, like the Apple stock or whatever, so probably you'll have, if you get the data from a bunch of different sources, you'll probably have duplicates, okay? Because obviously the price, X price, well, the prices on different times will be the same most of the time. So probably you'll have a bunch of duplicates and just delete them. That's it. Um, I would say outliers you probably have, and fixing structural and contradictory data errors, okay? And for example, type conversions, if you want to work with same with the stock exchange prices, you probably have the prices in string. So probably you want the prices to be on a float type. Why is that? You can read the same thing, obviously, is if it's float or it's string. But let's say you want to make some calculations and some stuff, and just do a lot of operations. Obviously, you need the numbers to be integers or floats or whatever. So instead of just you know converting all the time the different values from string to sorry integers, you can basically just do that at the beginning, and you save a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you can save it on the database as the correct type. Okay. Um, yeah. So basically, the key thing on the data preparation or cleaning. So the goal is basically to get a data set into like its best shape possible before actively like uh, process it processing it. Okay. So yeah, and then we have the data input. Okay, so this sounds a little bit strange. Um, Basically, but it's the process of converting like raw data, as we talked. Obviously, raw data, but cleaned because we did that in the other process into like a machine readable format. Okay, so once, for example, this is done, the data is then fed into a central the CPU. This could be uh, I don't know, like for example, a computer with a custom built, really powerful components, whatever, or open source big data architecture, or maybe a piece of existing software that you have. So data input is really important. It's data collection. So you should always like use validations and validated data at this stage, like to avoid, let's say, inputting uh, trash data. So yeah, um, and then we have the data processing. Okay, that's one of the most important steps. So once, for example, your data have been inputted into the system, you can it it, it can be just processed using a bunch of different techniques. So as we talked in Python, you have a bunch of libraries. If you did something with data analysis, you probably have a bunch of different techniques of processing the data, try to understand what it says, whatever. So yeah. Um, any question? Let me see the questions. Mm, uh, mm, no questions. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay. We will pause. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Well, 20 minutes. Okay. We'll just stop 3, 4, 5 minutes maximum to grab some water or something you if you want to eat. So yeah. Okay. Let me close this. Okay. So I can see no questions here. Okay. Then we go to nearly the final step. So the data output we talked about. So once the data set has been processed, the results can finally be delivered to the end user or to the department who needs to go to. And the format of delivery, let's say, it depends on the type uh, of data you started with and your preferred. Okay, so it could be like with reports, it can be videos, or it can be images, documents, graphs, tables, whatever you want. So the data will have been already transformed at this stage and cannot be obviously considered raw data. So yeah, most of the times this data ends up being on being used to create dashboards and to explore the data. Um, or maybe they can just read it to, I don't know, get more details about it or whatever. And then the final step, we have the data storage. Okay, so basically the final step, data storage. You know what storage is. So this is where the output is either loaded back into the system it came from or imported into another system for future use. So you have the data, you clean it, blah blah blah, whatever, and then you can use it or make dashboards, whatever, and then you can just get get rid of the data, or you can store it for further use or another use, or maybe sell that clean data to an external source, whatever. So yeah, so storage can be in a relational database, and you can use that database to store all the data and then query on that um, database using SQL to get more information, or maybe you want to create another website on, like you have an internal website that uses all this data to show or create reports or whatever. It's automated. So it's much easier to just save the clean data than save like the double as much in size of data, and then reprocess it each time you want to query on that. So yeah. So let's see. Mm, okay, let's see a couple of different data processing, different types, let's say, of data processing. Um, Basically, if we see like years ago, like really years ago, well, not that much years ago, but data processing was done manually, like without any tools. Okay, it was just an abacus and a wax table, wax. It's yeah, wax table. So and the introduction of technologies like calculators. Okay, it's something that a lot of people don't think about yet because it's just okay, a calculator, it's normal, but back in the time there was not even calculators. Okay, um so obviously now we don't have the same data as in the 2000s. Yeah, the Turing machine. Yeah, good. um so yeah, so for example, if you wanted to process like manual data in the I don't know 2020s, it will take far long and hugely increase the risk of error if it needs to be done manually. So but nowadays you don't see people doing math in a paper. Well, if it's an exam, yes, probably, but you don't have people processing data like printing the documents or writing the data manually. They just have an Excel, copy, paste, do this, do that. Um, yeah, back when there were backers. So yeah, nowadays you just get the data, boom, and you have like 300,000 lines of rows. You just give that row all that file to a program. That program just does magic, gives you a dashboard, and then you can play with the dashboard, and then you can create a graph with the dashboard, and then you can do like 20 million things. So yeah, we will see some three, four kind of processing. The first one will be batch processing. Okay, basically it's when a computer processes raw data in multiple like small batches. It's it's used for like very large data sets. Okay, so to not saturate the system, the computer or whatever the machine, let's say, you can just give it like small data, and basically most of the time are processed like simultaneously. Okay, like with Golang routine. Yeah, like parallelism. Um, it's really good, for example, for processing data in a cost-effective and memory efficient way. Um, and that's basically because it assigns resources as they become available. So it's often used for repetitive tasks, just for example, accounting, image processing, or generating reports. Um, okay, let me see. I have created this visual representation of data analysis process. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Uh, okay, so okay. Then we have batch processing, and then we have real-time processing. And as the name suggests, it's basically when data is processed immediately after being inputted to the CPU. So this is really good when you can tolerate a short latency period, um, or delay, let's say, like between the data input and the processing. Okay. Um, Real-time data processing is used for small data sets, or when there's, for example, a stream of ongoing data. For example, I don't know, ATM transactions, mobile phones, stock market data, etc. Okay, so because it must be done like that. Oh, okay. We have some technical problems here. Thank you, Pranav. Thank you. Um, So yeah, we talked about batch, real time. Okay, online processing. Okay, it's another form basically of real time processing. So basically, it's focused on specifically like online tasks. For example, it describes when data accessed online or processed in real time. This approach is commonly used, I would say, for retail sales. For often it's used for by people throughout the retail process, like the warehouse staff, whatever. So they can basically use barcodes on products to track the movement of stock around the warehouse or the store. Uh, okay, I request Nefo to use this link. Okay, let me see how can I copy this. Just let me do some HTML magic because I cannot copy the data. I mean, like, I cannot just select the text, but let me try. Oh, okay. Okay, just let me try this. Uh, okay. I think I cannot copy this. Mm, okay, let me see. It's kind of difficult. Okay. I'm literally using HTML to try to find the. Let me first open the link. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's use this. So probably there will be people. Thank you so much. Let me see. Okay, there you go. There you go. Thank you so much. If you have any question regarding any process, please. Oh, okay, so we have some people here called Mink. Okay, so yeah, the online processing, we already talked about it, and then we have distributed processing. Okay. Um, okay, I can see a lot of mouses moving. Okay. Distributed processing is basically when data processing tasks are shared across network of different computers. Let's say, sorry. So basically, this is aiming to let's create like a single supercomputer with a bunch of them. So this is for ideal for memory intensive jobs that require the processing power and storage of like an entire network. So this is why it's really cool. For example, let's say an example of distributed computing, let's say, includes like multiplayer online games. Um, yeah, I would say that comes into my mind. Or as DeepMind, for example, the protein folding program in biology, they solved it with something similar, as much as I remember. And then we have the last one is multiprocessing, as the name suggests. Let's say parallel processing is when data is processed by two or more central processors within a single computer. Okay. Obviously, the benefit here is that you can carry out like multiple data processing tasks at the same time. This type of data processing is commonly used by computer operating systems to carry out like more than one task. For example, I don't know. Uh, there's I don't know playing music, for example, while running your graphical design software. It's a it's a simple example, but it kind of makes sense. Um, so yeah, obviously, probably there will be a bunch more data processing techniques. But yeah. So let's do a small summary, okay, on what we did today, what we talked about. Um, so you have the collection, define what raw data you require, the collections where you get the data from, the sources, whatever. Then we have the preparation. So you clean the data, remove unwanted observations, bring structure to your data set. And then you have the input, converting the data set into a machine ready format, let's say, and inputting it into your chosen CPU. And then we have the processing, basically processing the data using different techniques, including like we talked about batch processing, real time processing, multiprocessing, online processing, whatever. And then we have the output. The output, basically, we output the raw data as useful information, possibly in the form of dashboards, as we talk, reports, visualizations, and then we store the data. Okay, we load the outputted data into a storage system and just make it ready for the end user to access and manipulate the data. So yeah, that will be. Let me check this because it's really cool. Ask effective question. Communicate with others. Okay, that's pretty cool. Prepare what is collected, identify. Okay, identify and use different data formats, types, structures. Okay. Does anyone have any question regarding this or the graph that Pranav shared us? Thank you so much. No question. Okay, so let me see. Okay, let's stop. 5 minutes. Um, Go grab some water, grab some food, some popcorns, some um, I don't know what it's called, and let me see, naan, naan, like the bread. Uh, yeah, naan. Yeah, I love it. It tastes really really good. So go grab some naan. There was someone from Toronto, I think. Let me I don't know any dish from Toronto. Okay, just put Toronto dishes and it says ketchup chips. Okay, so go grab some ketchup chips and sushi pizza. Oh, okay. I don't know. This is the kind of sources you have to question when you're searching for data. Oh, okay. So basically, I've never seen this, like sushi pizza. It's a really interesting concept. Obviously, if you like sushi and you like pizza, you can just mash that up and mix them up and git merge the pizza and the sushi, and then you have a pizza sushi. Okay. Oh, that would be cool. A pizza sushi. Um, but yeah. Um, mm, 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 git. Yeah. Pizza. Okay. So this is my name for the dish for the sushi pizza, pizza sushi. Okay, so let's get um mm, 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 maize, maize and beans. Okay, let me search maize. Um, I don't know what's my. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So it's maíz in Spanish, like the the corn, right? Right? Or oh, okay, it's not corn. Yeah, yeah, okay, it's corn. Maíz. Okay, so yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, Spanish is maíz. That would be a great meme. Merge sushi plus pizza. Yeah, 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 yeah. We should definitely ask to the hackathon organizers to instead of pizza, put sushi pizza. Okay, let's note this. Hashtag Pitsushi. Okay. Okay. See you in 5 minutes, folks. Glad to see you here. Go grab something. Go to the bathroom if you need to. Do whatever. And thanks for this amazing presentation. Yeah. See you. Let me just put you some music here. Or okay. Thank you. See you soon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Uh, my. Oh, okay. Now, now you can still hear me. Mm, okay. Let me see. Can you hear me now? Okay. So I will use the Mac, the laptop. Um, I will use the laptop uh, microphone. Sorry for that. Let me use the speaker of the Mac. Okay. So sorry for that. Sorry for that. I don't know. They're like Sennheiser Momentum for something, and they're fine. They're great, but I don't know how to configure them. To be honest, there's just one button, and it's like for noise canceling, for on and off, for connecting the Bluetooth and everything. And I can just I can't stand that. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. You forgot. Okay, so I assume the now the audio is okay, right? Please tell me yes. Um. Okay. 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 So, what were we talking about? Oh, okay. So now let's go with your favorite part, the practical part. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Let me check the. Okay. Let's go. First of all, let's see if someone has any question regarding this graph from Pranav. Thank you again. Uh, okay, so it's a personal tip for you. What Pranav did is really cool. Not on the stream or whatever. That's cool too. But just do it on your personal basis. When you're learning stuff, try to make it like okay, it's cool to learn it, but if you want to know really if you did understand what you learned, try to teach it to someone, like maybe to the mirror, not to the well, not on nighttime. That would be kind of disturbing, talking to the mirror like at 3 a.m. With no lights. But you can just do that on a daylight basis, let's say, and try to teach that, okay, to anyone, or in hackathons try to teach people. I think when you know really learn, not is when you're listening but when you're doing. So if you try to do like a schematic thing or whatever, it's much easier for you to retain all that information and use it. Okay. So let me see. Batch processing. Okay, that's a cool. Oops, oops. Okay, graph. Okay, let's go to Kaggle. Okay, we talked about data sources, and now we have Kaggle. Let me. Can you see it? Maybe I should make it bigger. Maybe I should. Now you can see it. I'm sorry. Okay, can I get an okay or something? If you can see the screen properly, if you want me to make it bigger, someone's feedback will be really much appreciated. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Shamari. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pranav. Okay. Thank you, Dev. Thank you, Danmi. Uh, Tammi. Mihi. Tammi.
Okay, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it. Okay, so you have Kaggle. Probably you heard about it. If not, basically it's a website where you have a bunch of, as you can see here, for example, models. You have data sets. There's competitions. You can find code, whatever. Okay, it's like the holy grail for data analysts and people who want to learn about data. And here, for example, you have trending models. You have the Yamatrace from Meta, and well, here you can find probably a bunch of information. Uh, okay, so but we're not looking into these models. We're interested into data sets. Someone asked, "Hey, how can we know if the data set is okay or not?" So basically, it will be having good, um, okay, let's say recommendation, okay, or let's say you use some kind of website, okay, let's say you use Amazon or I don't know, a data website or a news website, and you really use that news website every day on a daily basis, and you read news there and whatever. If you want to know if the data is good or not, you can just know about your experience on with that news website and compare it with the other ones and say, hey, okay, this one's good for this and this one's good for this. Okay, so we have Bitcoin, for example, price history. Okay, it's BTC to USD, and it was updated 3 days ago. Okay, so if you need data from yesterday's Bitcoin price, this is not your document. Obviously, it can be updated. Um, like yesterday, but with data from 6 months ago. Okay, so this is really important too. And then we have here, for example, the data. Okay, we talked about data cleaning, data structuring. So in this case, for example, you have here some different columns. Okay, oops, sorry. You have date. Okay, date of trading session. So we have the date, and we have the first price. Oh, okay, 2019. It was $3,000. It's sad to see this. The me of 2029, if I could go to the past, like the typical question, what would you do if you can go back to the past? Go literally just to Binance and buy like all the bitcoins that I could. Nah, just kidding. No, not kidding. Okay. Okay. So we have here another information tab. First, price at which a coin trades when an exchange open on a trading day. So yeah, I assume because for example, let's say the open on a stock market exchange, for example, on the New York Stock Exchange, it will be at 9:30 a.m. Okay, because it opens 9:30. The pre-market probably it's before, well, probably it's before. But yeah, let's say for example, and in cryptocurrencies, it's 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I assume the open price it's at 00 like 12 a.m. So yeah, and then you have here the high price of the day, the low price, the close price, uh, the, the adjustment close, closing price after adjustments for all applicable. Okay, whatever, and the volume, total number of Ethereum coins traded. Ethereum, I thought it was Bitcoin. Maybe they counted on Ethereum for any reason. That's why data processing is really important. Because, for example, if we don't want to have nothing to do with Ethereum, we can just skip all this data from here and try to convert it instead of Ethereum to Bitcoin or whatever. Okay, so yeah, here for example, this is a really basic example, and you have the details here of whatever. You can just have some different data, and you have some different views here. You have the column, the compact. You can use this, for example, to see. Oh, okay. So this is, for example, for missing columns or whatever, or data. You can see here which ones, which percentage of the columns, well, row, the percentage of fields in the rows and columns are missing. So you can say, for example, I don't know, let's say the adjustment clause, it's empty everywhere. So, okay, we know that 80% of the rows have an empty adjustment clause. Sorry. Um, some of the Kaggle competition prices are astounding. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's check it and let's go to the next. Um, I never did. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Um, whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so here you have your tasks after the Global Hack Week. You can just register here. Just a million. It's just to get some vacations. Um, so yeah, I would have bought 200 Bitcoin. They had the power to go back in time. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would bought maybe in 2007 or anything like for 60 cents. Okay, life is hard. Let's get back to the work. Okay, so data sets. Do you have any topic, like anything that you're interested in? Like anything. I like astronomy, or I don't know, whatever. You have any interest, any hobby? Let's find a data set maybe you can use on anything, so you can see the process of just messing around and seeing which data you can use, which not. Cooking. Okay, so first in. Okay, let's try with both of them. Cooking. Okay, let's go cooking. Let's see what we can find. Food choices. Okay, this is updated 7 years ago. Let's go to here. Hotness updated. Okay, let's get fresh. Healthy Indian recipes. Oh, okay. Let's go. Okay, here we have the columns. Okay, uh, there we have the different column names. Dish name. Okay, the name of the dish, obviously. Description, a brief description of summary, whatever. Spice, the level of spiciness associated with the dish. Okay, that's pretty cool. The prep time, the time required for preparing the dish. Views the number of views or popularity of the receipt. Okay, a rating given to the receipt, whatever. And okay, diet info, like if it's vegetarian, lactose free, contain nuts, lactose free, vegetarian. Okay, that this is pretty cool information to know. And the cook time. So, cook time and prep time. Okay, I understand. Different concepts. So I assume the preparation is like preparing the dish and the cooking, but okay. But I think that the cook time should be in the prep time too. So instead of 10 minutes, it will be 10 minutes plus 30, because like it's the pack. In my opinion, I would say prep time, like the cooking time, the cleaning time, everything, and the cook time, just the time that it's in the oven or in something. Okay, so as I said before, this is why data processing is really important, because here's where you can make sense of the data on depending on what you want, what you consider everything, and you can just take this data and clean it, and and someone else can say, hey, I don't want the cook time. I just want the prep time, and it will be the sum of everything. And I just want to get rid of the cook time. Let me see if we have any question. Uh, okay, so I see you have in a conversation. So, Amu. So you will teach more about data processing in the second session. Yeah, in the second session, we will be focusing more on obtaining, like getting the data instead of processing it. We can make an example. We will make an example right now. We will take a data set and see how we can use that data set, for example, in Python to, just run it. Well, just read it and process that data. Okay. So, okay, just let me see what the data set, and we'll get back into that. Let me just load this here. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. So stay tuned for the next session, because that will be pretty cool. Because if you don't want to use any Kaggle information, I will show you how you can scrape data from different websites, different sources, and just make your own data. Or maybe you can just scrape data and give it for free, or in Kaggle, or maybe help someone else with the data. Obviously, with some kind of restrictions, because you cannot get data from all the websites and just give it away. Okay, so we must see the licenses and everything. But yeah, we will see that. Okay, so pistachio chicken, and then we have all the information here. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Uh, 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 Rating. Okay, let's get this data set. Okay, download. Uh, okay, let me share with you my code presents. Okay. Oh, it's kind of dark. Sorry for that. I didn't notice. Let me just put some more light. Actually, it's 8:30 p.m. here in Spain. Great Spain. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's get into the code. Oh, probably most of you know this. Oops. What? Okay, okay, okay. Most of you have seen this code from the other session. Let's get rid of this. Import pandas. How it was the Copilot workshop? Did you learn something? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. Okay, I was using the Amazon review, but now let's move the other file. Uh, the archive. Okay, just give me a second. Indian healthy receipts. Copy. Let's go to projects. I need to clean a little bit all these messy files that I have. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Uh, okay, and then we can use the Indian healthy receipts. We name, I don't know what, but I think Indian food is quite healthy, right? I don't. I like. I can't imagine like any kind of really unhealthy food in India. Like, I don't know. A lot of times it's rice, chicken. I don't know. It's okay. Let's basically we're going to use pandas. Okay, probably you heard about pandas. Uh, okay, we have Fisayo. Sorry, I am a little confused. Okay, do you have any question? What are you confused with? Pandas profiling. Yeah. Okay, okay. So let's try to read the head. Okay, dish name, this wash, and blah blah blah. Okay, 5 rows, 12 columns. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see what we can get. Okay, 149 rows. Okay, so let's try to use data uh, structure this name. Okay, let's try. That probably won't work. Uh, okay, it seems that we're not okay. Okay, let's try to do a for enrichment URL. I don't think this will work. Like the URL, because we don't have any URL. Okay, so we have all the different dishes. Okay, now we can get the dishes. Let's delete this. Okay, so basically we range. Okay, so now we have all the different dishes, dish names. Okay, so probably you've heard some of these ones. Let me search this. Because okay, okay, so it's a dish confirmed. Um, is there an interface I need to download? Not actually. You can use Visual Studio Code and install the libraries, the Python libraries. So yeah. Is there a GitHub we can fork to follow along? Yeah, of course. Let me share with you the GitHub. I will upload the changes after the stream, so you can just check all the changes there. Uh, let me see. Let me see. There you go. Uh, it's always the same repo. A lot of people already have the repo, so yeah, make sure to go to the repo after the stream and see the code. How do we get the receipts again? Okay, basically, I just went to Kaggle, get this receipts data set, and downloaded the receipt. Oh, okay, you're not seeing this. Oh, okay. Basically, you can just go and download the data set from any kind of source in CSV format, and yeah, that's it. And then you'll have this CSV with the dish name, the description, the spice, whatever. So let's go with the spice. Okay, I'm really interested on the spice. Uh, spice. Okay, let me see the spice. Then we have the dish, and then we have the spice. Okay, so we have the dish name and the spice. Okay, so let's say medium, mild, hot, mild, medium. Mm-mm. Let me see if we can. Oh, let's use prep time. Yeah, serves. Okay, let me see what we can do with this data. So this is where things get hard. Okay, so now we have the data. Okay, we have the receipts, whatever. So let's say we want to make sure that we only get like the medium, the like the medium spicy receipts. So we can just like the medium ones. We can just add here if spice is equal to, okay, I don't know why it's popping. If spice equal to medium, okay, so Python. So now we are just getting the medium receipts, like the medium spicy level. So the ideal part, like the ideal data here, will be something. It will be something like having the spices in numbers. Like hot will be like 10, medium will be like 5, and then intermediate will be like, I don't know, maybe 6.5, whatever, and not say medium, because if you say medium, or it can be 5, or it can be maybe 7. Okay, and for a lot of people, a level 5 of spicy and 7 of spicy, it's a huge difference. Okay, so yeah. Um, so yeah, but in this case we can just use medium, and we have medium. So we can add more things here. For medium ones, what we want to do is get the diet info. Okay, so medium, or maybe we want the spice to be medium, and um, vegetarian in, let's say, dietary info. So we need to copy this. Okay, we go here, dietary info, and we just want vegetarian in info, and then we just want dietary info. Okay, so let's try this. So we want basically dishes with the spice medium and vegetarian, and yeah, that's it. Okay, so medium and vegetarian. So as we can see here, we have a bunch of medium. Actually, we can, let me see. um, um, what do we call, I want to get an emoji. Okay, a chili emoji. And what I want to do is spice that replace, okay, medium for chili. Okay, so probably we can just take this and replace it, because here we cannot replace it before, basically because we need a text. Okay, because we cannot do like something chili, like spice equal chili, because this is not a string, so it probably break. But instead of just medium, and we just want to draw a chili here. Okay, and vegetarian, let me see, because diet, yeah, okay, okay. So vegetarian. So let me see if we can, instead of diet info, we can get the first one, because probably it's um, a list. Okay, no, dietary info. One. Oh, okay, yeah, we're getting just like the opening. Okay, so it's not a list. Basically, it's just the plain text. Okay, so now we have the spiced whatever, spicy, tomato. We cannot see any repeated thing, but as you can see here, this is the idea. Okay, so basically, you just get some data set, play with it. We can even use another one. Let me see if we can find another one a little bit more complex with uh, stock, world economic classifications. Wow, there's a bunch of different data. PayPal holdings. Okay, this is stock uh, data. It's kind of confusing. We haven't added a project name yet. Yeah, this week definitely will decide on the name of the project. Yeah, it was created the last Global Hack Week. So yeah, basically this is when I say sorry, when I say data cleaning, basically I mean this. Okay, just we got like we went from this, like from this, basically we went from this to having something like this, okay, like more ordered, whatever. So you can still keep playing with this data. Okay, this is a small data set, obviously, and it doesn't have too much to do with it. But let me see if we have some. Okay, healthy Indian recipes. Let me see. So, for example, the prep time we can hmm, okay, let me see, because the prep time we can probably means okay. Let me see. Um, prep time equal will be prep time, literally like prep time. Okay, so let's that replace. Okay, let's replace mains and prep, and replace that replace prep. Okay, let's delete this. We have mains and prep. Okay, and then we can just strip to get like rid of all the. Hmm, okay, that will not work. Okay, let's just leave it like this, and then we can um, convert to integer. Okay, print type integer, and then we can just add that to the beginning, and like um let's do this. Okay, this will be f dish spice whatever. Just put it inside. Just put this here. Just open this. Okay, just open this. Replace blah 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 blah. Okay, this one will be this one. Let's delete this here. Blah 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 blah. Okay, just close this here, and then we can have some. I don't know. This will be the prep time, and we can add here a clock emoji. Okay. We can have here like this clock emoji. We can have here plates. Okay, we can have here a plate emoji, the dish, and then we have this spice here, and then the diet restrictions. Okay, let's see if this works. So, okay, now it works. Let me just put another space. Okay, let's instead of the plate, let's use another small one. Food emoji. Let's just add the burger, and that's it. So we can get some more colors here. And then the thing here, we've changed. Oops, sorry. We've changed the time from string to integers. So now we can order this. Okay, so we can do something like I don't know. Just copy all this. Okay. If prep time is greater than 30, just print this. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay. If prep time is smaller than 30, or let's say bigger than 30, we want to print. Okay, because we only want like surface invalid variable for ins. Oh, okay. 2 days. Okay. So there's the place, because there's some dishes that take 2 days. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, so we have to replace this here, and Uh, okay. Mm, that time. Okay. Float object has no attributes. Oh, okay. I understand. Okay. Okay. So this is why you want to play with the data. Let me see how many. Okay, we don't have that much time. But yeah, basically, we kind of getting like different formats. Okay, so let's say this one, for example, you have some different formats. So you probably want to play a little bit with it. But yeah, when she tries to do the conversion, it gets some errors. So you need to make sure all the data is clean before. But yeah, in this case, we already have the time in minute, like in integers, and we can order the time whatever, and not in like text as like in the data set, because in the data set was something like um, this. Oops. uh, this to this to 10 integer. So yeah, let me see. Do you have any question? uh, uh, uh. Mm, 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 mm. Let me uh, let me see. Oh, okay. Show us the pandas performing feature before saying yes if we get other understanding of data. What do you think? Okay, so let me see. Let me send you something to all y'all, because probably will be much clearer to have you to have the documentation. I won't send you like the official documentation because probably it's kind of messy. Um, let me see. Okay, I just found this one. Date temp. So no, I don't like this one. I don't think it fits. Mm, okay, I usually use data frame. To be honest, most of the time. Okay, I think this one is quite easy to understand, and it's beginner friendly for beginner folks here. So yeah, I think this one might help. Uh, okay. So yeah, let me just push the code to GitHub so you can get the code. And let me just delete this data set. Well, the Amazon data set because it's not used. Delete. Git add. Oops. Yeah, just saving changes. That's it. Amazon. Oh, okay. This is just with this. Okay, so now you have the changes uploaded. You can check them whenever you want. So and you can keep playing with it. Um, So yeah, if there's no more questions, just want to say thank you so much for being here, everyone, for your time. I know it's long, it's a couple of hours, um, but yeah, you stayed here, and we, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, everyone. See you in the next one. It will be like the data scrapping part. The next one will be more practical. Okay, it will not be that much theoretical. It will be more practical, and we'll do data web scraper, and we will learn. We did something with scrapers before on the Global Hack Week with some folks. Probably they will remember, but yeah, today we'll deep dive into more scraping and getting the actual data. If you don't like the Kaggle data, okay. So yeah, again, thank you so much, folks, for being here, for your time. Hope you, probably it's kind of late, depending on where you're from. So have some rest, and for the West Coast people, just good morning. Not good morning, but have a good lunch. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. See you in the next one. And oh, sorry, before leaving, just let me give you again the GitHub for people who missed it with the changes uploaded. API UMLH. Okay, there you go. It's on the main file, the main. Okay, there you go. There you go. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye. Bye bye.